What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
This is season 2, episode 29. 29 and it's feeling fine. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Like I said, this is the Damn Dude Podcast, where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Where we exist to help entertain, educate, and make an impact on life and perspective and the way that we think and view things. So we're here to inject some good and authenticity and just real shit that the fucking world of internet seems to be lacking. And that's what we're going to do. I'm your host, California Cal. I am not one of those Californians.
California Cal.
I have to say, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, I hate to say this, and there's a lot of people on the right side too, but there's a lot of people in California who definitely stood and are standing on the wrong side of history as far as like how a lot of shit's going down. So, I gotta say, I'm not one of those ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I'm kind of like more like on the rednecky side. Grew up more like around some like gangster shit, around a lot of Asians, around a lot of Mexicans. And that was like, and then also a lot of bro shit. So it was like, that's kind of my whole mix of shit. And then I just do what I do. So if you guys notice, we got a new plant on the table. If you actually ever get to see these videos, you guys, we're going to put the videos up, I promise. But this is my new plant. Isn't it fucking dope? My mom got it for me. I was like, fuck yeah, I fucking love houseplants. So everybody say hi to welcome the new houseplant to the show. Hey. Its name is Fern Gully, because it's not actually a fern, but it's real gully, y'all.
Damn, dude.
So, yo, today, this episode is, we're going to be talking about essentially failing up or failing down. Because as we all progress through life, there's going to be things where we fail. Like, failing is inevitable. If you're doing stuff, if you're alive, if you're living, if you're being an active participant of life, then, or if you're not, then you're either failing up or down at some point in the process, right? So, and then there's a lot of shit that branches off to that. And another thing is, like, I realize there's a piece of myself where I don't love myself. Like, I love myself, but where it's like, I don't know, there's got some like digging up to do. So we're going to get into that also. And then also the fucking food pyramid. You guys remember that shit? The motherfucking food pyramid. Yeah, that shit was a trip. And then hang tight to the end, because I got something that's like one of those brain twisters sort of things. Or you know how they have like tongue twisters, where it's like you're trying to say all these words that are so similar, and you know, Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. It's shit like that, right? So it's hard to say. And then there's things that'll just, if you follow a line of thought, and then all of a sudden it's just like, holy shit, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I was thinking about it, and there's like failing upwards or failing downwards. Because if you're failing upwards, then that's a good thing. That means that you're making mistakes that are of progress, rather than making mistakes that are of bringing you backwards, right? So it's trippy to think about, like, okay, if we're going to fail at stuff or moments or instances or whatever, we might as well have them be of progress rather than regress. There you go.
Damn, dude.
So, like, I was thinking about it, Oh, my shadow just tripped me out. I thought there was like a fly or something flying. Oh, by the way, you guys hear me in the last few? I'm like, oh, it's fucking ants everywhere. I have not seen the ants in a while. I don't know what it was, like weather-wise or what, but yeah, they just kind of stopped. That was pretty cool. Yeah, no, I was moving my hand as I was talking, and it was like casting a shadow behind me, and I was seeing it out of the corner of my eye. No, but it's like, if we're gonna have failures in life anyways, then we might as well have them be of good context and of good consequence and of good use of our time, right? So I'm thinking about it. It's like, see, this is a trip. Like, from my perspective right now, I could look at having to pay bills. I could look at having to, like how I can look into like how my business is ran. Okay, let me reset this. Like, for me, signs that indicate that I'm either doing good or failing in life stem from how my business is going, how my family's going, how my relationships are going, how my time is spent, like where and with who, and my support system. So when I look at those key things in my life, if this is doing good, this is doing good, this is doing good, this is doing good, all the notches are flipped up to good, then it's fucking like cool, this is dope, like this is a good thing. But if I realize that like they're switched to bad, then it's kind of like, well, fuck, I feel like I'm failing, right? So it's like, when they're all switched to good, I feel like I'm winning. When they're all switched off, I feel like I'm failing. So being that there's going to be moments where business is bad, that switch gets switched off from good to bad. There's going to be times where moments with your family, the switch gets switched from good to bad. Same with your relationship, same with where and who you spend your time with, and same with whatever support system you have or don't have, right? So being that when those switches get switched off, you're going to have issues in all of those departments at some point in time, no matter what. It doesn't matter who you are. It happens, right? You know what I mean? And as you adapt and grow, it's like you can establish better routines and better understandings and and smart ways to handle it. But this is the thing, is like, even when you've got a good handle on it or a good understanding, there's still opportunity for things to get fucked up or something to be difficult, right? And like, nobody's immune from things being difficult. So if I look at this, and because I'm like, I try and come from a place of gratitude and understanding my context, that if I'm even doing bad at business, or my switch for business went flipped from good to bad, like customers just fucking, like stopped coming, or the weather is bad and I can't go to work, or like something, right? Where I'm like, oh, business isn't doing good. That means that if I'm looking at this from a point of gratitude, I have a business that even has the opportunity to act like this. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, fuck, like, I hate this, what I'm going to do, freaking out. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of freaking out that you should do, but like, not necessarily, okay, let me reset. Not freaking out, but like awareness of like, get your ass into action, kick yourself in the ass, and it's like, okay, let's go, So I don't know. Then I look at it with family. It's like, oh, I got in an argument with my mom, my dad, my whoever, right? My brother, my sister, my cousin, my aunt, my whoever. It's like, it's a blessing to even be able to have a family member to argue with. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sure most of us, well, I didn't really think that out, but you know what I mean? For the most part, it's like people can think, and it's like, we have family members who we've never met, but we've heard of. And we don't really know a whole lot about them, but like we've heard about them. We don't even have the opportunity to decide whether we liked them or not, or we thought they were cool or not, or we thought they were funny or not, or whatever, right? Like we didn't have the opportunity to argue with them. We didn't have the opportunity to even fight with them. So we don't know anything about them. So we don't, you know what I mean? So there's automatically like a disconnect from that family member just because of that reason, right? So that's kind of trippy. So like if you look at this and then, okay, so let's say like you have business or you go to work, right? And the switch gets flipped to you're doing bad all of a sudden. It's like, fuck, it's shitty. They're giving me not enough hours. They're giving me too much hours. They're not giving me time off when I asked. They're this, that, like all this shit, right? How you handle and respond to that dictates whether you're failing up or failing down. Because you can go to that job, you can go to work and be miserable. Or sorry, you can go to work or go to your job or do your work, whatever it is you do, have bad circumstances or tough circumstances or difficult circumstances occur, and then how you respond to that, that's really what's going to dictate whether it's a fail up or down. If you take that and you just use that to act a fool and you just act fucking stupid and you go and you punch something, you break something, you punch somebody, you fucking go and yell at somebody, you do something you know that you shouldn't do, right? And then after that happens, you go and you're like, man, fuck that guy. That guy's a fucking asshole. And you blame them the whole time. And then that makes your workplace more miserable because you're going there already disliking people when the other people are just gonna be the asshole they are no matter what. So it's like if it's almost like you just made your own workplace worse because you know that something that sucks, or somebody that sucks, and you went in there and let them suck your attitude also, and they made you sucky. That's a fail down because you're showing up to work every day more miserable than the guy who sucks. Like that doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's a fail down. You made it worse for yourself because now on top of, they give me too many hours or not enough hours, or they're overloading me, or they keep yelling at me, or they're micromanaging me, or they don't tell me where to go or what to do. Like they're just making me figure it out on my own. There's no support system, whatever. Like if you just add that other notch to your belt buckle, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, and then there's this fucking asshole at work, fucking Frank or Jerry or whatever, you know, whatever. and you start blaming rather than taking responsibility. That would be a fail down. Let's say we have the same circumstance and we're going to take that as a fail up. We can go and we understand that, okay, first of all, be grateful you have a job to even have an issue at. Secondly, if you're getting overworked, you're getting micromanaged, you're getting not enough hours, you're getting too many hours, whatever your problem is, right? Let's say you go and you actually talk to the supervisor. You go and you talk to your fucking team. You talk to whoever. If you work for yourself, you talk to your fucking self. Like if it's just you, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, like in my case, I got to talk to myself. And that's probably why this podcast is so helpful because that's my position. And if you can just go and understand how to handle your situation as responsibly as possible, then it's a fail up. You know what I'm saying? Because now, if I go to, or let's say I have a problem with fucking the asshole dude, the guy who sucks, and or girl or whatever, and I'm like, bro, like, I don't know, like nothing personal to you, but like I can't take it when you say this to me or when you do this. Like is there a way that we can like meet in the middle here? I'm sure there's stuff that I do that annoys the fuck out of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something you paint the picture, you have the conversation rather than just attacking or shut the fuck up or bullying or some shit like that, right? So when we can just go in, I think when we understand there's an issue, we understand our switch is getting flipped or got flipped or has been flipped. Like sometimes we're nowhere near even flipping the switch and we just got to keep failing a whole bunch of times just to get to ground zero. Like if that's you, trust me, you're not alone. I fucking feel you, dude. Like that's completely me. And I always thought I was alone on it until I heard a handful of other people speak. And I'm like, whoa, holy shit. I thought it was just me, you know? So it's a trip, dude. Like when you keep, if you're just in that, if that was the cards you were dealt where you just got to keep, it's just failure after failure after failure after failure. It's wise to stop and assess, all right, am I failing up or down? You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's the best, that's the fucking, like if that's your position, you know what I'm saying? It's like we all want goodness and happiness and freedom in our life, you know what I'm saying? But I mean like, well, we don't all want freedom. We all want happiness. Because there's times where I don't want the freedom that I have. Because when shit goes bad or work is tough or there's not enough clients or there's whatever, it's all on me. You know what I mean? And when it's all on me, then I'm like, fuck, like I got nobody else to blame. I can't point the finger at anybody but myself, so it stings a little more. And I'm like, I don't want this freedom. I just want somebody to tell me what to do. There's times where I'm just like, will somebody just tell me what to do? Like, I don't even know what to do right now. I don't know what to write with a pen and paper. I don't know what to do with a phone and phone numbers. I don't know what to fucking do right now. You know, like that's some very real shit. So, like I said, if you're one of those people who were in the position of you cannot seem to win and life just keeps handing you fucked up cards, for one, you got to take responsibility that, all right, this is happening. This is me. And I'm doing this to myself because that's what's happening. That's what's been happening. And for some reason, it keeps fucking happening. And I am the common denominator in every one of those factors. You know, we show up to every single fight we've ever been in. We've showed up to every single argument we've ever been in. We've showed up to every disagreement we've ever been in. So even if that's not your position, I'm sure you can understand how that feels, or you've been in instances where that's happened, right? So are we failing upwards or downwards? Did you learn? Like I tell my son, Nate, every single thing, every single feeling, every single thing, anything that happens in life, we have two options. We have two options in life always. And I think I've talked about this on the show before. Do you remember what your two options in life are all the time? We have two options in life. I keep saying it. I'm dragging it out on purpose. So, we always, no matter what, have two options in life. Learn or be offended.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
I'm going to say it again. You always, no matter what, have two options in life. Learn or be offended.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
You can learn or be offended. You have the choice. Sometimes it takes a while sometimes it requires being offended for a while in order to learn, and that's fine. But that means that you understand that you chose learning and are okay with being upset, so you will be upset responsibly. And when you can learn to be upset responsibly, you become a fucking G. You become a motherfucking gangster. Like, you become badass. You know what I'm saying? So, we can learn or be offended with anything that happens. Always, always, always. If you're driving in a car and the person's driving too fast and you're scared, are you going to learn or be offended? What is there to learn from the situation? Well, maybe this whole situation has to do with actually learning how to communicate, and actually has nothing to do with driving fast in a car. It's like maybe the reason I'm in this position is so I can learn to communicate. Hey, man, like, you're driving kind of fast, bro. Like, I'm terrified. Like, would you mind just chilling a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they're like, oh, quit being a pussy, like, bro, yo, homie, I'm for reals, dude. Like, whatever your position is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, speak up. It's like, yo, I got a mom to get home to. I got kids to get home to. I got a wife to get home to. I got a husband to get home to. I got a boyfriend, girlfriend, dog, cat, fucking bird, fish, fucking, you know what I mean? Whatever. So, are you going to learn or be offended? We always have two options.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Always, no matter what. So it's like, if you think about it, you can never all the way actually be alone, because you're going to always have two options. Those two options will be with you no matter what, forever. And if you're a part of the Damn Dude Podcast family, the DDPF, then now you're indoctrinated into that school of thought, and now you know that, and now you can't unknow that. So therefore, as long as you take that and you apply that, your life can now be better. You know what I mean? It's like, for me, I feel like simplifying is, for me, the most intelligent way to process stuff. And if I sat for I sat for a long time, many different times, thinking about, like, how could I teach life lessons to my kids when they're young? Like, what are life lessons that I could have used when I was young? Like, when I was a kid, I was fucking suffering, dude. Like, my little sister, my grandma, my great aunt all died in the same month. Like, I was all jacked up for a while. And I grew up around gangs and all this shit, and I was getting chased home and bullied and, like, all this extra shit. I was failing in school. Like, I didn't even know, I didn't know fucking up from down or fucking left from right. I didn't know shit, dude. I was just fucking lost and confused and hurt, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I had love, but, like, all of that still was occurring and existing, you know? So I'm like, dude, if I could have understood as a kid that while I'm at school just being silent or mad dogging people or fucking getting chased home or fucking whatever, right? Or fucking, like, being a kid, I would go and, like, it was crazy. I would escape from reality when I was a kid as far deep as I could. And I think I've told this before, but, like, I would go so deep into my dreams when I was a kid just to get out of this world, to get out of this realm, like, to get out of that confusion, you know? That's ultimately what it was just so much confusion. It was like, take me back to where I came from before I came into my body. You know, like, that's where I was trying to go. Like, take me where you go in your dreams, you know? Take me there. And that's where I would go, and I would sleep for fucking 12, 14 hours. Like, I would just sleep and sleep, and I would sleep so deep. When I was a kid, I would pee the bed because I couldn't wake up, dude. I would piss myself and just be like not even wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all had the dream where you go and it's like you're taking a piss in your dream, and then you start to pee yourself and you're like, whoa, shit, and you jump up and go run to the bathroom. Like just completely bypass that. I would just go so deep. I would just want to get the fuck out of here, you know? And it's like, it wasn't that it was so bad. It was just that it was so confusing. And my parents were fucking like maybe 23, 24 at the time. Like, they were kids too. You know what I'm saying? When you're in your early 20s, you're still a kid. Like, no offense. Yeah, you know some shit and you've been through some shit. And at the same time, that's still young as fuck, because I promise you, from 24 to 36, there's a gang of crazy shit that happens. Like, you're going to be like, whoa, I really did know nothing. Or no, you're going to be like, if you actually learn something by the time you're in your 30s, you're going to be like, damn, I thought I knew everything. That's how you know somebody who's learned some shit when they're in their 30s, was when you look back and they're like, damn, I thought I knew everything. I learned that I don't know fucking shit. And that's what's real. So when you get to that point, if you're blessed to get to that point, then it's pretty fucking exciting, honestly. It gives you a whole new level of freedom. And that's when a lot of dudes will start wearing like more comfortable clothes and shoes and start dressing more dorky and shit. It's true though. It's true. So like I was saying though, what lesson I wish I had was I boiled it, every life lesson I've ever had. My best friends getting murdered, me getting my heart broken, breaking all these bones, breaking 64 bones, all this shit. I boiled it all down. What does it all mean? And it was like, what does it all mean to be able to interpret that to a child so they can have the lesson, right? And I would say, you can learn or be offended. And then on a deeper level, like on an adult meaning to me, that means we could pick love or fear.
Damn, dude.
Those are the true two options that I go by, and that's where that comes from, of you can learn or be offended. It's love or fear. But it's like, if you think about love or fear, it's kind of like, okay, but when you're afraid, you don't think that, you know, or it's like, it's different. So I feel like when we have the understanding of you can learn or be offended, it's like you can learn or be mad. And from a very young age, kids understand what those two things are. They know what learning is and they know what being mad is. So it's like, I'm like, yo, that's my interpretation of the greatest, deepest understanding of life that I've ever seen and achieved and heard. You know, it's what explains the God and devil and all of that, you know. And those, it's like, it's what explains good and bad, light and dark, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, dude, you can learn or be offended, straight up and down. And if you choose offended, then that'll help further that'll help deepen and further your understanding of your fears and what being offended really means. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like you're choosing to be offended. So you're going to be offended responsibly because you chose it on purpose. You know, it's like going in and like reaching into the drawer for a sharp knife you know is a sharp knife and grabbing it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's like, rather than just sticking your hand in and be like, ow, it's like, well, no, you know, you learned that that's in there. So you're going to grab it responsibly so you don't fucking hurt yourself. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you can learn or be offended. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Doggone rootin' tootin'. This show was brought to you in part by you can learn or be offended. Don't be a little bitch, cause snitches get stitches. Learn or be offended.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Welcome, bicycles. So, I like that whole concept of failing up or failing down, and I absolutely love the idea of having the choice to learn or be offended. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You can apply that to literally everything. Everything. You know, like, it's so fascinating to me because I've applied this to every scenario that I could possibly think of. Like, I've really done this. I'm like thinking about, like, in this situation, in this situation, in this situation, this situation, this situation. I'm like, damn, that literally is a dope option to anything and everything in life. Because once you understand, once you learn, then you know how to act, and then you just do that act, and then you're fucking accomplished and are living how you want to live and what you want to do. You know what I mean? So that's illmatic, dude. So I realized, dude, like, somewhere deep down in myself, I don't love myself. like all the way. And this isn't some like, oh, boo-hoo. It's just, for me, like I said, you can learn to be offended. For me, I'm like, what is there to learn about this? Because since my 75 hard challenge, I've been getting fat again. And I'm like, fuck. So I've been exercising, a lot more, and I've been eating better a bit. But when I was eating fucking struggle food for a couple weeks, that fattened me up fast as fuck. So I'm like, there's something in me that doesn't love myself all the way, or that I'm insecure about, or I don't know, or something, to where I even get in the position to be eating struggle food, to where I don't make enough money to, like, I don't steadily, well, fuck, it's this, I have to remember this pandemic thing happened, because it flips my brain back into, like, when I was struggling really. Well, I mean, I guess there's no difference, but, like, it flips my brain into this weird mode of, like, oh man, I'm failing, and then that's kind of what got me thinking of this, like, am I failing up or am I failing down? And like I said, I like to boil everything down. You guys can kind of understand the logic of the order of the show now. Now, now I said that. But I'm like, for me to be able to be put in a position of struggle to where I don't have it like that is one indicator that I don't love myself all the way. Another indicator is eating bad, and just eating bad, Like, that's another indicator that I don't love myself all the way. Because if I did, then I would honor myself by handling those things. And so this is the thing, is I am handling those things. That was why I did 75 hard in the first place. And then this is why I'm like, holy shit, I kind of got a reality check of, like, dude, like, it's weird. I've just been overindulging. Like, I don't feel like I've lost myself, but I feel like I've just been overindulging, because this piece of me that doesn't love myself is like, oh, just, yeah. And it's almost like my bitch voice was winning majorly. So I'm like, okay, I got to get myself in check here before shit gets completely out of control. And I'm back to being, like, completely all the way fat, And I'm getting there, dude. So I'm like, fuck, because I've been exercising. And then I realized, okay, there's, like, I don't know, like, when it's just my youngest son, Royal, here, like, I oftentimes won't go do my runs, because he's at that point where he doesn't want to roll in the stroller, and he can't really run or walk, like, all these miles like that, so oftentimes he'll be like, oh, I want you to carry me, and I'm like, oh man, I can't do this. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get myself in check here. And then so what I was saying is, I start counting up those days. I'm like, fuck, that's a lot of days. And then I start realizing, I'm like, damn, I would eat bad these days, and then I would not work out these days. And then now I'm at, like, a stalemate with my exercise to eating ratio. Like, my food to exercise ratio has gone, like, just off. Like, it canceled itself out. It wasn't doing anything, It's like, if I exercise for 3 days and then I eat shitty for 3 days, and then one day is just kind of neutral, then it's like I just did nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I did bad for my body, I should say, because I'm not ahead of what I need to be burning off, right? So the way I see that is, like, the only reason something like that happens is because there's a piece of me that doesn't love myself all the way. Otherwise, I would be on top of these things, because that's a sign of self-care, making money for yourself, being a good provider, and however it is that you provide. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a parent, if you're just by yourself, if you're a mom, if you're a dad, like, if you're you could be a stay-at-home mom and be a provider. You know what I mean? Fuck, that's a lot of work. Most parents, like, that's the thing, is a lot of dads can't do what moms can do. I'm not saying all, but a lot. They don't have the patience or the right, like, I don't even know what it is. Mentality, understanding, bond. I don't know. It's just different, right? So I don't know, man. So I don't know. My point is that I'm looking at all this and like, it's like if you don't love yourself. Oh, that's what I was getting at was if you don't love yourself, then your work as a provider starts dwindling. You know what I'm saying? If you take care of a fish and you're like, oh shit, I forgot to feed him every, last day and a half, or oh, like, damn, I haven't, groomed the dog, I haven't washed the dog, I haven't fucking, changed the cat's litter box, I haven't taken care of myself, I haven't gone running, I haven't whatever, right? All of those things equal some indicator that there is a lack within ourselves where we're like not taking care of ourselves or loving ourselves or our environment or our stuff all the way. And it's the same thing when we've got a messy room and all this. And it's crazy because right now they're doing work on the outside of the house, and we had to take all of our stuff from the balconies and patios and all that and bring it in, get it off, So for me, I just drug everything inside, and it's driving me crazy because there's all this shit everywhere, and like, it's not designed to fit in the house, So it's all just tucked and stuffed where it can go. And so I can feel the energy of it, I'm like, oh, this is weird. It's throwing me off, it's like making other things, it's making me be careless about other things, which is trippy. And that's just another indicator of like, okay, a piece of your self-love is off. And that's fine. It's all a work in progress. And I don't think it ever hits 100% and just stays there either. It's continuous work. You know what I mean? So I think to love ourselves, it's like something we achieve. It's not something that just happens. Like, you have to think about it. You got to put conscious effort towards it for it to happen, for it to work, for something to occur, right? So I think that's a trip, man. Like, I see that there's parts of myself where I don't love myself, and I haven't fully uncovered them yet. I'm getting there. I can feel like I'm like digging and digging, and I'm at the point where like, I don't know. I think of this image online where it's like there's two people mining for gold or diamonds or something, and then like the one guy digs, and then stops, and then he's like, I don't know where it's at, and then he just fucking leaves, and the other guy's digging, and then he just keeps digging so much that the other guy's diamond ends up falling through into his thing, and he's like, oh hell yeah, And it's like, dude, sometimes you're just right there. And I'm like right there. I'm not going to stop digging. You know what I mean? I'm going to just keep digging. And I'm going to always keep digging. I think it's important. It's like, that's part of my learning or choosing to be offended. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand that there's going to be things I don't agree with. I understand there's going to be things I don't feel comfortable with. I understand there's going to be things that make me nervous. I understand there's going to be things that I'm great at. I understand there's going to be things I'm fucking suck at. There's going to be things I succeed at, things I fail at, and everything in between. You know what I mean? And I think something that's a problem now is like a lot of us are so afraid to fail. Like we just don't want to. We don't want to look stupid. We don't want to look bad. All the shit, like the way internet culture is and is designed has kind of made us not want to look bad because everybody's perfect online, and it's like not cool to not be perfect. It's not cool to not live a life of luxury. And when people see you just live a normal ass life, and they do too, and the only difference is they're taking time to fake all this shit or like make it extra, or they're doing it on purpose. Like there's definitely like there's specific internet poses, which is a trip, right? Like that's really weird. Like if you think it like, look at like the duck face, or you look at that pose where girls do it in the gym where how do you even explain it? So they're like they're like twisted. Like it's like they're showing their, like, okay, So let's say I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at the mirror, and I've got my right leg behind my left leg, and then I twisted my left, and then I twisted my upper torso to the left, so you can see like my chest, my face, and my butt, and like the sculpture of my legs. It's like this specific pose. And nobody would ever do that unless you were in like a contest or you're posing for Instagram or you're posing for the internet, you know? And because of that, it makes us think, wow, that person's like that. But that person doesn't walk around in that pose. They don't like stay in that pose like hopping or like waddling or like they don't like go to the store and wait in the grocery line and hit that pose. You know what I mean? Like, so if you think about it, it's like we're all being groomed by people's internet lives and the fun that they have and all of that, because it's just a highlight reel of highlights, not necessarily a highlight reel of just life. You know, most people aren't highlighting the shitty stuff that goes on or the real stuff that goes on. And that's part of why I love doing the show so much, is because I'll highlight it. I don't give a fuck. It's just what's real. Because if you meet me in person, I'm just like I am on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Or on the show or whatever, right? Like, or at least not very far off from it. I like to think anyway. Like, I think I'm pretty consistent with who I am. I don't think you're going to really catch me, like this way or that way. Like, I just try and keep it real. And that's all I enjoy that and I love that and I do my best. And coming from a place of just being so afraid to talk, this is just practice for me, man. And it's something that feels good to do. And I feel like me doing this show is part of growing my self-love. You know, it's like giving the show, spending the time doing this. I spend a lot of time doing this, man. Like, I really do. As my season gets busier, like, I have no idea how I'm gonna fucking do this, but I'm gonna. I don't know how, but I'm gonna. So I'll be analyzing those things deeper and deeper. I've discovered a lot of those. I've dug up a lot of those things of why I don't love myself in certain areas and for certain reasons. And I've dug them up and I've been like, yes, holy shit. And I've had the breakthrough that, like, holy crap, okay, I'm definitely going to stop doing that, or I'm definitely going to start doing that, or, something like that. So I'm going to be on the lookout for those. If you guys hear them in what I'm saying, or if I revealed the answer to myself and I didn't catch it, that's often what happens. Is that's what's so powerful about therapy, is like you end up saying something accidentally, like coded, and it's what your problem is, and somebody goes, oh, that's what it is. So if you catch it, holler at your boy. So I had just had a random thought, like, what the fuck is up with... Oh, no. It wasn't really random, I guess, because I heard somebody talk about it. Somebody said it on another podcast I was listening to. They're just talking about health and food and all this. And, like, the food pyramid, like, yo, that thing was crazy, dude. Like, they really tried to do that to us. Like, and like, I really believe, I'm not saying it's a fact. I mean, it probably is, but because I wouldn't even know how to go and get the actual factual answer seen with my own actual eyes, which is, I think, or I'm led to believe that all of our food, like the food people, are tied in with the are tied in with the healthcare people, are tied in with the pharma people, are tied in with the politicians. And if you've got the food people that goes to fucking all these people, the fucking pharma, that's fucking everybody. It's like it covers everybody. And that's insane, dude. And especially with like all these people eating raw meat and all this shit, it's like, dude, what else are they lying to us about food? And it's like, why do these lies go so deep? They told us to eat the most grains and breads and rice and all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, they literally told us to do that for year after year after year after year after year. Like if you went to public school in the 90s, you were just force fed that shit, dude. Like nonstop. It was everywhere. There was pictures of it on the walls. There was in our books. We had our own printout. Like it was this whole fucking thing, dude. Like the food pyramid thing was, that shit was something else, dude. That was pretty bad. But that was, I don't know, that was just kind of like a random thing that kind of came across the table. I was like, oh yeah, dude, the food pyramid was trash, bro. Like, and then if you think about it, like it's like, it was like a psychological thing, dude, because the pyramid, like the point of the pyramid was all the fatty stuff. And they're like, oh, this is what you should eat the less of. But that's like the most appealing part of a pyramid is the top pointy part of the pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, it's so weird, dude. And the colors, it was almost like the rest of the like posters of space and all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude, that shit's that's a fucking trip, dude. No, that was something else, dude. Yeah, man. So fuck that food pyramid. That thing was some garbaggio beans. Oh, so this weekend I think I'm gonna go up to the ranch. They had I guess my mom has a timeshare where it's like where my grandma originally had it actually, like maybe in like the 70s. But it's like this little timeshare property in Temecula, and you can go and it's just like this big open property. You can camp or like stay inside their little like cabin thing with like shared like kitchens and stuff, and then like you can get your own room in there and stuff. And then whatchamacallit? Yeah, so go, and then they got like horses and goats and all this stuff. So it's kind of cool. Just kind of kick back, like, excuse me. Just relax for the weekend. If it's hot, you know, go swimming, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. That'll be cool. I think Royal will have a blast. So,
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
so, ham, pork, ham. You guys, this is fucking trippy. Life happens how it happens, no matter what. It's up to us as individuals to grab a hold of opportunity out of the carousel of ever-spinning life that's happening how it's happening, no matter what. The opportunity will move right along with life's natural course, no matter what. Will I grab a hold of the opportunity before it passes?
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Yo, that's fucking deep, dude. Like, if you think about it, I was thinking about this. Life doesn't spin. I mean, I guess it does if you're on Earth. Like, it's supposedly the Earth is spinning. Who even knows if that's real or not? Anyway, life is, let's say, well, yeah, life is always moving in the sense of time, right? So time is always moving forwards. Life is always moving forwards. I chose Carousel because it's like I always saw this as like spinning in the first place, you know, like the globe. You however you prefer to see it. Either pick the sideways moving, scrolling, life is going forwards, or pick the spinning carousel or globe or whatever. It's gonna happen no matter what. Life is moving, the world's turning, life is happening, life is moving, life is going forwards no matter what. Going forwards, going forwards, going forwards. It's happening. It's up to us to go and grab a hold of the opportunities out of the ever-moving life that's just moving or spinning or rotating or whatever. As life's moving forwards, there's opportunities that exist in life's forward motion. So as life is having its forward motion, as it's moving, we have the opportunity to grab hold of opportunities out of it. It's like if you think about like a rotating, like those, I don't think I've been to one actually, but you've seen videos or you hear people talk about like like a sushi restaurant on the sushi boats where it spins around like the water or the carousel and it's floating on like a dish or a leaf or whatever. And you pick the sushi out. I want this one. If you don't, it keeps moving and somebody else grabs it. Or it just keeps fucking spinning and eventually they gotta throw it away, right? It's up to you to reach out and grab the opportunity. It's up to you to reach out and grab the sushi you want. It's up to you to reach out and grab. It's up to us. You know what I'm saying? Me, you, us, we. He, him, her, she, they, thus. All you pronoun people, you guys too. All of us. So life is always spinning and opportunities are always occurring. It's just up to us how much you're going to stick your foot out and, you know, and jump into the game of life, the game of opportunities. And that's what's so fascinating and so deep is that, like, yes, you can sit here and in the same lifetime, you could be a millionaire. You could exist here as the same person, go outside and go work for it and do what you got to do to get it. And you will be that in this same world, in the same life. So if we, you know what I mean? It's like, I think my point is, and where it gets to with this is like, we've got to appreciate any and all the opportunities that we had the guts to reach out and grab and take a hold of and to take advantage of, because life is always moving forwards and all opportunities don't always last. So whatever there is that we want, we got to fucking go and do that shit, you know? And this is a reminder to myself, man. It's like I know my self-care has been lacking in certain areas and it's been good in other areas, but I gotta get it all. I gotta get my weather together, man. As Sharp would say. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's fucking crazy to me, dude. Like, that's pretty fucking deep to think about. Like, life is a carousel, you know? Are you going to reach up and grab the fucking horse that goes up and down? Are you going to grab the tiger? Are you going to grab the fucking boring sled that just sits there? And like, are you going to grab the polar bear? Which one are you going to hop on? You know what I mean? This is our life. It's our option. And if you go and you jumped into the carousel of life and you fucking failed, at least you failed upwards because you tried. You jumped out and you reached and you tried to grab onto the fucking polar bear moving up and down, even though 98% of the animals are horses on there. You know what I mean? Like, good for you. Good job. So it's like, it's up to us to be proud of ourselves first. And that's so important to be proud of ourselves versus having somebody else be proud of us, because it's far more important to be proud of ourselves than it is for somebody else to be proud of us. Gangster shit. So gather yourself, get your weather together, do all that shit, do what you gotta do. Discover where you love and don't love yourself. It's a beautiful thing. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Much love. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day at Damn Dude Podcast. Much love.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Oh, and don't forget, go leave us a 5-star written review. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell them mama to tell their brothers to tell their bosses, cousins, uncles, Girl Scouts, selling cookies, nieces, aunts, nephews, best friends, Peacock's neighbor about the Damn Dude Podcast. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Much love. I am your host, California Cal.
California Cal.
Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.